Hi, it's Cam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing ways we can integrate tech into our classrooms through the SAMR or SAMR model. So as you can guess, SAMR or SAMR is an acronym. It is a model for how much tech is integrated into the classroom, developed by Dr. Ruben Puentedura in around 2012. And as you can see, with the S, we're at our lowest level of integration. We're really just substituting basic classroom activities with tech. And at the highest level, the R, we're completely redefining the task, and it wouldn't be possible without the use of technology. So for this example, we are going to use an 11th grade U.S. history standard, it's number 15, which has to do with the major political and social transformations that were taking place from the 1950s to 1970s. And the basic task that students would do with this activity is to choose and research one of the major events that happened in 1969. You can provide a list, they can choose their own, it's up to the teacher. After researching, they have to find a way to show their knowledge. So going into substitution, traditionally, the way that this activity would be done by the student is to write an essay on paper with a pen and turn in that physical paper to the teacher. At the substitution level, we're replacing those tasks with technology. So students would be able to type and edit their essay in Google Docs and then submit it in Google Classroom digitally instead of handing in a paper to the teacher. At the augmentation level, technology is still acting as a substitute to a traditional activity, but there's significant improvement to it. So at this level, instead of requiring an essay, students could create a PowerPoint or something in Google Slides and then record a screencast just like this. And then that can be shared with other class members digitally through Google Classroom or whatever classroom management system you're using. And this is still a very basic classroom activity. You can reliably expect most 11th graders to be able to create a PowerPoint. But with the screencast format, it does require much more use of technology in a way that's pretty beneficial. So, for example, if they have access to some way to record and Wi-Fi, the activity can be completed outside of the classroom. It's a static project, so it doesn't rely on teacher observation of an in-the-moment class activity. And it's also editable, so students who would be more nervous about doing a class presentation can go over it multiple times and submit an activity that they feel they did their best on. With modification, we've got hints of the basic assignment still there, but technology is being used more and more. So at this level, for example, you can instruct students to create a website about your event that includes summaries in their own words. So there's text there. They can include hyperlinks to other sites and multimedia like images and videos. So the requirements of the previous essay and slideshow assignments are still there. Students are still writing information in their own words, looking at sources, and doing a little bit of multimedia work. But now this is all entirely digital, and the multimedia aspect of it has increased a lot. At the redefinition level, we're pretty much using technology in a way that makes the assignment completely indistinguishable from its former, its roots. So at this level, you could have students create their own video that includes and synthesizes multiple forms of media. So I'm talking about they've got to write and narrate their own voiceover. They've got video, they've got images in it. It's a completely remixed product. And to evaluate how this fits within the redefinition level, there's a couple questions you could ask yourself. So what is the distance from the original task? They're still proving their knowledge of the event that they've researched, but they've done it in a way that has completely eschewed the traditional classroom format. They're taking ownership of their education and using technology to show it in an original way. And this wouldn't be possible without the technology. One of the aspects of SAMR that I read about is that it's a model that's constantly changing. So 20 years ago, maybe PowerPoint would have been the brand new thing, where PowerPoint is the redefinition. But now it's really a basic technological task. In this instance, video is kind of on the forefront. Maybe 20 years ago, this would be completely impossible in an educational setting because video required some advanced technology, advanced software, but now we can just do it in class with our Chromebooks, our iPhones, whatever we have. So to conclude, SAMR is a really useful model for thinking about and classifying how we can integrate technology in our classroom. Rather than just throwing elements of tech in there, we've got to really think about the value that it adds. And it's extremely usable. So I, in the process of making this, was able to find a case study of several social studies teachers whose students received iPads, and they documented how those iPads were used throughout the years. If you're interested in learning more, I definitely recommend reading that. I'll linger for a moment on the source. You can pause it and get that DOI. And that's it. Thank you for stopping in today. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions below wherever you see this video. Thank you.